Welcome to the Big Time Sports Show. I'm Perci Garner. I'm filling in for Charlie. Hopefully we got things going on. We got an exciting show today. But before we get to introducing our guests and who's going to be joining us today, I just want to make sure you guys understand that Big Time Sports is always everywhere. Anytime a sporting event you need to see, come to Big Time Sports YouTube or Facebook, and we're there. Just to go through our schedule real quick, we've got Dover versus New Philly. We all know who I want to win that match. That's the volleyball. That's some tournament action. So make sure you tune in there. That will be Wednesday. The replay will be Wednesday at 10 p.m. and Thursday at 4 p.m. And then we have Canton McKinley, the Bulldogs, versus the Jackson Polar Bears. And the replay will be Friday at 11 p.m. and Saturday 9 a.m. So definitely want to check those out. And it's pretty exciting who we have here. But up north, the Big Time Sports Show, they will have the Manchester Panthers football team as well. So you can catch that show with Mr. Dunn up there. And should be exciting stuff. But I don't want to leave out the New Philly Quakers will be facing off against West Holmes. And that replay will be at 11 Friday night and then 2 p.m. on Saturday. So a schedule packed full of action. Make sure you guys tune in. Of course, you can always check that on our YouTube page and our Facebook. You know, it's always there. We got content for days, so make sure you guys go there, subscribe now, and also give us a follow on Facebook. Now, today, we have some rough, tough football players in action, people that I've seen from afar but have never really met in person. So I'm excited. We have Newcomerstown Trojans football team. We have Coach Dirk Gadd, and then we also have 4 players joining us as well. So we got a nice show ahead of you guys. And hopefully I can fill in and fill the shoes of the melatones of Charlie Jones. But, you know, we're going to be still keeping it here locked, as well as I might have one little Charlie treat for you at the end, and we're going to include our guests in at the end as well. So without further ado, before we get to our guests, we have a message for you guys from our sponsors.
The all-new 2026 Chevy Equinox is here at Bear Chevrolet Toyota. Sleek, smart, and ready for summer fun. With advanced tech, bold styling, and room for the whole crew, it's the perfect ride for every adventure. Stop in today, take a spin, and see why everyone's talking about the new Equinox. Bear Chevrolet Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Altman is here for you, in your community, because you matter. We're proud to be the area's first and only independent health system. We are one team, joined together and committed to one mission, to lead our community to improved health. And we've always been here, dedicated to providing you with the very best in care, wellness, education, insurance, and more. For your community and for your family, Altman is always here for you.
Hey, wake up! New drinks just dropped at Wendy's. Cold foam, cold brew coffee, and sparkling energy. Need a treat first thing or to just stop yawning already? Either way, mornings hit different. To pick up a new pick-me-up, gotta be Wendy's. Hey, wake up! New drinks just dropped at Wendy's. Cold foam, cold brew coffee, and sparkling energy. Need a treat first thing or to just stop yawning already? Either way, mornings hit different. To pick up a new pick-me-up, gotta be Wendy's.
Welcome back to the Big Time Sports Show. And I'm excited because we have in-house here at the studio here over at Simpson. We're not in the basement of Charlie's house right now. We're in the studio here at Simpson's Heating and Cooling, and we got our special guests in here. So we have coach of Newcomerstown Trojans high school football team. We have Coach Dirk Gadd. Coach, I know I got to see you a lot at all the football previews that we've had over the years, but we've never had a conversation. And it's my fault. I should come up to you and say, hey, I need to get you on the podcast, Big Time Sports Podcast. But we're here now, and I want to talk about Newcomerstown football and kind of, you know, you've been here for 9 years coaching this team.
Yeah.
How has that been? How many adjustments from when you started to now? How much have you grown and the adjustments you've had to make for the type of players that you're coaching? You know, times are different.
Yeah, so when I got to Newcomerstown, we weren't having a whole lot of success. My first 2 years, we didn't win a single football game. We were 0-20 starting out. The first year, I think every game was a running clock against us except one of them. So, you know, we've now had 3 straight playoff appearances, and the last 2 years we've won a playoff game. And we're 5-3 currently this year, and I think we're playing our best football. So from where we started to where we are now, we've definitely come a long way. And I would contribute a lot of that to the weight program that we have at Newcomerstown. When I got to Newcomerstown, there wasn't much of a weight program, and we've really had the kids buy into our weight room, and it's really paid off for us.
Yeah, I can tell, and the audience is going to be able to tell here soon. We got some big boys. I don't want to inflate their ego, but I can tell the weight program has been paying off. Now, obviously, I've never coached at this level. I coach, my kindergarten, first grade girls basketball teams and stuff like that, and it's fun. It's not much pressure as being in a high school, coaching job, but I will say I don't envy you. But it's clear that you're having success now. You went from, like you said, early struggles to now where you're winning playoff games, which is obviously the goal. You want to compete in these meaningful games. Now, a lot of that has been, due to the weight program, but how about the guys you got on your rosters and the program that you guys are building outside of the weight room? I think you guys run the ball a little bit.
We run the ball about every single play. So, yeah, I think we throw the ball an average of 3 times a game.
Okay.
So, yeah. We have, when I started coaching, or actually when I started playing football at Newcomerstown, we ran the wishbone, which isn't an offense that you see very often, even when I was, playing back in the late 90s. That was still a thing of the past. And, we had a lot of success at Newcomerstown in the wishbone. And, when I took over as a coach, I knew the wishbone. It's what I knew. So it's what I brought to Newcomerstown and brought it back. And it really just fits the kids that we have at Newcomerstown. Physical, we've always been really good at running the football, not so good at throwing the football, but no, we've had some really good quarterbacks come through too. They don't always get the recognition with us running the ball that they deserve, but we have some quarterbacks that have, when we do throw the ball, we expect it to be a big play, and we can't miss those wide open, throws. And we've had some guys that have come through and, really been leaders for us, and we've had some great QBs as well as running backs. But yeah, we have explosive playmakers. Getting bigger, faster, stronger has really paid off. So yeah, we got great kids at Newcomerstown.
I mean, I can't wait to have them on. But one thing I have, learned, because obviously when I played, Dover, we threw the heck out of the ball. We've changed things a little bit now. So I only know throwing the ball, but I know we got beat by teams in the end that would just, for lack of a better term, shove it down our throat. And it seems that that's working for you guys. Now, is that something that, do you see anything changing in the future? Or do you this is our brand of football? As long as I'm coaching here at Newcomerstown, we're gonna, because for me, it's a sign of, well, number one, toughness, but number two, it's kind of the guy knows he can be aggressive. The offensive linemen, they're not, pass protecting, then going in. It's just aggression. And I think when you're able to play fast and not think about what's my assignment on this play, you just know, if anything, if I go hit the guy across me, we're probably going to succeed.
Yeah, we keep it simple, gap blocking, and we try to keep it simple. Ironically, I coached some kids from Dover in an all-star game, and they had no idea. They had never run blocked like we were teaching run blocking, and they enjoyed it. They seemed to enjoy it when I was teaching them how to run block. But yeah, I mean, as long as I'm here, we're going to run the football. We're always looking to implement new things. I have noticed that when we do run into a team that can match our physicality, we need to look for other ways of having success on offense. And if that means being able to spread things out and throw the ball a little bit, we need to be able to do that. But luckily, we don't run into a lot of teams until we get into the playoffs. And in our conference, we run into some physical football teams. But the further you get in the playoffs, the more physical football teams become. I think, that's what you're trying to say when you said, when the teams just run it at you. So you got to be able to do different things. So we're always looking for new things, but, at the end of the day, we're going to continue to run it.
Well, for me, I actually do enjoy that, even though people might not think I do. But before we go to break, I really want to just, kind of zero in. So you are a defensive, player. And I feel like the toughness kind of, is that something you want to bring to this team outside of, hey, we're going to run the ball? Obviously, that breeds toughness. But you being a defensive player, and, we spoke before, you were a captain in college as well. Is there kind of like intentionality when you were like, hey, this is the type of player I am. This is what I want to bring to this team?
Yeah, toughness is one of our core values. So, what we do offensively makes us better defensively because our offense is so physical. I think it makes us more physical on defense. So, running the wishbone, not only does it have its benefits for offensive reasons, but also it helps us just as much defensively with that physicality. And toughness, it's one of our core values. I preach it to the kids all the time. And we do have some tough kids.
Awesome. Well, Coach, it was a pleasure having you. We have a message from one of our great sponsors here, Ferris Chevrolet Toyota, and we're going to go to break.
The all-new 2026 Chevy Equinox is here at Ferris Chevrolet Toyota. Sleek, smart, and ready for summer fun. With advanced tech, bold styling, and room for the whole crew, it's the perfect ride for every adventure. Stop in today, take a spin, and see why everyone's talking about the new Equinox. Ferris Chevrolet Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Altman is here for you, in your community, because you matter. We're proud to be the area's first and only independent health system. We are one team, joined together and committed to one mission, to lead our community to improved health. And we've always been here, dedicated to providing you with the very best in care, wellness, education, insurance, and more. For your community and for your family, Altman is always here for you.
The other guy's insurance, you got Kyle.
Hey Kyle, it's Brenda. I was just reading through your proposal and I have a few questions.
When we drafted up your proposal, we really aimed right down the middle.
Sometimes wonder if your insurance agent true priority is more time on the golf course.
At Hummel, we do insurance differently. Our expert advisors help you not only mitigate risk, but operate more efficiently, decrease employee turnover, and increase your bottom line.
All right, welcome back to the Big Time Sports Show. You saw we just had Coach Gadd. Now we got two of the four players, and I'm introducing them now because I'm excited. These are some best friends that we have on set with us, and we're going to get in some good Newcomerstown talk, and they're going to talk up Coach Gadd as well. But farther away from me, you have O-line and D-lineman Martin Hernandez, and then close to me, we have someone that I hope I really get this great on the first time I say your last name, okay? Because I had someone with your name that I went to school with, so I should get this. But we got linebacker and running back Mason Schlosky. I love it. All right, so we talked about the weight program that Coach Gadd thinks has been, a key part in you guys' success, and you guys were, contributors to the team last year. And, we can see the cameras getting, Mason's arms. He's making sure he's flexing with them up here. No, but no, it's obvious that has been a big part. And I think it's something that is maybe overlooked sometimes. Yeah. But, I'm glad we get to, put it on full display. And we talked a lot about the running game and all that. Now, I want to start with you, Martin. Being a lineman. Yeah. And being someone who's doing a lot of the dirty work and maybe not always get the glory from your teammates. Of course, you get the glory, but you might not be getting the player of the games or mentioned in a lot of the newspaper articles. But at the end of the day, the team wouldn't go anywhere without the O-line and D-line. So with all that being said, this being your junior year, what have you learned from your sophomore year to now, and how has that helped you this year so far?
I say just being tough because, every play the lineman's hitting somebody. So putting your body out there on the line for your running backs and your wide receiving quarterbacks, just being tough.
That's what's up. Yeah. Now, do you see that first person there, Mason?
Yeah, he usually puts people in the ground. So, yeah, I don't really got to worry about that side.
Love it. Love it. Now I'm assuming that you buy him some Rolexes and give him some V-Bucks for Fortnite. No, no, but in all seriousness, I was someone who liked to make sure that because our linemen always went the extra mile. Especially, just an example of mine. When I played, we had a lineman. Wasn't always the biggest lineman, but we had a screen, and he was 40 yards down the field still throwing blocks for the receiver, and I think that's pretty amazing. And I think linemen should get a little bit more credit than they usually do. Now, you, Mason, obviously being a linebacker and a running back, those are some prime positions that usually get all the glory. And obviously, you guys run the ball. So how fun has that been being a part of an offense that you just, hey, I'm going to be getting involved in this game?
Yeah, it's fun, just like getting the pressure put on you. You have to get like the first down or something. But yeah, it's pretty fun just run the ball. Yeah.
Now, you're not someone who celebrates when you get a first down, are you?
Nah, I just give the ball back to the ref.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's a smart thing to do. That's a smart thing to do. Now, when you get a touchdown, I'm assuming you go back with Martin and congratulate him for making that happen. Okay, good. Now, something I always thought about as a junior is getting to that senior year. Now, we have seniors back here waiting to come on set, and they're very excited to come here. And for you guys, has this been something that, having Coach Gadd and knowing like what he expects from you guys, obviously you played last year, is that something that has kind of changed you and made you level up in maybe your discipline area and just how you care about your football program and your teammates? Has he created a culture that makes you guys really just, have good chemistry, good camaraderie between your teammates? Do you guys, all that stuff? Do you guys hang out outside of football? I know you don't have much time with school and practice. I heard he's got 4-hour practices after school and you have no time to do your homework. But other than that, do you think the culture that Coach Gadd has created has been conducive to you guys' program, getting more wins and competing in the playoffs and getting playoff wins? So we'll start with you, Martin.
So I've been here, since freshman year. So I've started as a freshman, and he's definitely preached to be, again, more tough. If the practice, sometimes it could be hot out. You're not feeling good. Just be tough. We're out there.
Yeah, I mean, and that's going to help you in life in general, though, and that's why I always love sports. Football in general, though, can really help you down the line when you got to wake up early. Yeah. Some people lift before school. I lifted before school. Then you got school. Then you got practice after. Then you still got to get back to your studies. And Coach, you talked about toughness a lot, Martin. Has that something that you've realized as well? Like, hey, to be on this Newcomerstown football team, I have to be tough.
Yeah, he talks about like facing adversity a lot, like the heat and like when like practices are hard, he's got to get through it. It definitely helps when he says that. And
yeah, I was about to say adversity it's something we're all going to face eventually, and I think being a part of these practices and these tough conditions, or whether it's like, hey, I might not be feeling the best, but I still got to get up and I still got to block for my teammate, or I still got to maybe you got to pass protect on those 3 pass plays that you guys do a game. Yeah. But how fun has it been being a part of the Newcomerstown football program?
I'd say it's been pretty fun. Winning all these games. My freshman year, we won the first playoff game in history. So that was pretty fun. And, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
now, I was going to say for you, though, Mason, do you guys – I'm assuming you have great support from your community. Mm-hmm. A lot of people coming out now. And how important has that been to you and affecting your game when you got people in the stands and they're cheering you on?
Yeah, it definitely helps when people are there to support, like, feel important,
Yep.
When people show up. So.
What about your classmates? You guys, they come out and you guys got a lot of support from, your fellow classmates, schools, or what?
Yeah, I mean, some of them, but
it's more like adults, honestly.
Yeah, really?
It's more adults.
Okay. Well, that's good to have the community behind you. I know it was important to me. Now, you guys got a game coming up, obviously. Preparation for you guys, do you guys just focus on what your assignment is, or are you someone that is helping your teammates, whether you've got a younger lineman up there or a younger linebacker that you're playing with, because you play middle linebacker? Are you guys good at helping younger players? We'll start with you, Mason.
Yeah, he tries to like tell us to coach people up. Don't be like mean about it or anything. But yeah, I'd say I'm pretty good at helping other people.
That's good.
Yeah, I definitely got to help this week because there's a freshman in my spot since I'm hurt this week, but just got to coach him up a little bit.
Good. I mean, that's being injured is never fun, but you still got to be engaged. And I'm pretty sure Coach Gad appreciates that. So, but no, I appreciate you guys coming on. We got the big guys coming up. Well, not necessarily big guys, the older guys coming up. And I want to wish you guys good luck this Friday and the rest of the season.
Sure.
And again, appreciate having you on.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back with 2 seniors from the Newcomerstown Trojans.
The all-new 2026 Chevy Equinox is here at Bear Chevrolet Toyota. Sleek, smart, and ready for summer fun. With advanced tech, bold styling, and room for the whole crew, it's the perfect ride for every adventure. Stop in today, take a spin, and see why everyone's talking about the new Equinox. Bear Chevrolet Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
It's always that personal touch that they know you.
Primetime has people that can help you through every step of the way, and when you're my age, you need that extra help.
You don't want a lot of questioning when you're already dealing with a medical issue. Primetime is trying to help us get down the road as long as we can.
And if you're not in the right situation, a senior can lose everything. I feel with Primetime we picked the best program.
The American Professional Truck Driving School by Buckeye Career Center offers hands-on CDL training and expert-led classroom instruction to prepare you for success. Already trained elsewhere? No problem. Complete testing on-site at U.S. America CDL Test Center by Buckeye Career Center. Register for training or to take your CDL test by calling today. Get the skills, get certified, get on the road with Buckeye Career Center.
All right, welcome back to the Big Time Sports Show. We got the 2 Trojan seniors, and I'm gonna introduce them now because we got a lot to talk about, and I keep going. I can't stop it sometimes. But far end, we have Dom Singer, who is a running back and corner, just like Coach Gad. And then we also have Tanner Smith here, who is a receiver and a safety. Now, I know we talked about, Coach Gad was like, hey, everybody plays both ways. So I'm glad we got both of those positions out of there. Now, you guys being the seniors and both being captains, what has that meant to you? I'm assuming, did your team vote to be, or did Coach Gad select you to be captains?
I think Coach Gad did.
Okay. Yeah. Now, you guys both being captains, what has that meant to you for this season as being seniors? And we'll start with Dom.
I mean, it's a big role, definitely, like being able to lead the younger guys. And it feels good because, they look up to us now. And, yeah, it definitely makes us feel better.
Yeah, and I'm assuming you were in that position at one point, looking up towards juniors and seniors.
Oh, for sure.
So that's good. What about you, Tanner?
Yeah, it's definitely a big role knowing that he only picks like few people to do it. So getting picked to do that just really shows that we're leaders on the team and that we can help around with the younger kids. So it feels good.
That's what's up. Now, it is a cool moment too when you get to, do you guys walk up?
Yeah.
That's one of the memories you're gonna have forever. Now, speaking forever, I know I wanted to touch on one question, but since we're talking about forever, what do you guys plan on doing? When you graduate from Newcomerstown, we'll start with you, Tanner.
Either going to college for sports management or becoming an electrician.
Ooh, okay, I like that. What about you, Dom?
I'm gonna probably study business in college and hopefully play football.
Nice.
Next level, yeah.
Love that. Now, football is a unique sport in my opinion. There's a lot of contact sports out there, but football I think prepares you in different ways than other sports do. Now, in your opinion, Dom, for what this program you've been a part of, Newcomerstown and Coach Gad, and lifting and training and building all these good things that's going to help you in life, what is one thing that you think will probably help you most when you're, going to college and trying to play at the next level, all those things?
I think so. At Newcomerstown, we preach a lot of mental toughness, and to grow and become more mature, definitely you need more mental toughness. And in college, football's pretty hard in college, so I mean it'll definitely help a lot. Also with academics, college academics is something different.
Yeah, it is. And you're going to be on your own. You're not going to have mom and dad over your shoulder telling you what to do and saying, hey, remember, study for that test. What is going to be the one thing for you that you learned from this program that you think you can take to the next level?
I'd say accountability. Coach Gad really preaches about that. And like that's something we're gonna have to use our whole life, just being accountable and stuff. So I feel like he always be preaching about that, and I feel like that's like the main thing that I'm gonna get out of this.
That's what's up. Accountability is very important, in taking accountability for your mistakes and sometimes other people's mistakes. Being leaders, you guys. Now, Newcomerstown, you guys got a game coming up this Friday. For you guys, what have you think was the biggest sticking point for this season to lead to your success? I know Coach Gadd's got a lot of things that he's instilled in you guys. You talked about accountability. They've talked about, toughness. You talked about mental toughness. What do you think, or what has Coach been preaching this week, specifically for this game in Strasburg?
I feel like getting better as weeks go on, like becoming a better team, like by the week, it definitely helps us win more games.
Yeah, I heard someone call that stacking, where you just, okay, we get week one, we got better. We watch a lot of film. Do you guys enjoy watching film?
Yeah.
Yeah. You like looking at your mistakes? I mean, I enjoyed that as well. I don't know why, but it was better, for me to look visibly and be like, oh, like that's what I did wrong. And then you're able to correct it. Now, for me, I was the quarterback. Coach got on me a lot. Now, do you guys as leaders, what type of leaders are you? Are you, hey, I'm just going to do my job and hopefully the team will follow suit? Or do you guys kind of go after some players if like, hey, this player can be good and I feel like sometimes I need to get on them? Do you guys have to do that? Start with you, Dom.
I think I'm just like the younger guys, just watching and trying to set an example for them, definitely.
Yeah. How about you, Tanner?
I think I'm a little bit of both. I like to, do what I have to do, obviously, but I also like getting on some kids because whenever they mess around, like we don't need that at practice. So I like to get on the younger ones too, and sometimes the older ones. But I think I'm a little bit of both when it comes to that.
Gotcha. I mean, sometimes you got to be. There's times when it calls for it. I don't know if you guys remember the Jarvis Landry YouTube video that went viral where he became a Cleveland Brown and he and then the rookie was mimicking him and he kept saying, this is contagious. I don't know if you guys ever seen that, but it's real. Coach Gadd's culture is contagious, and what you guys do, because like you said, the young players do look up to you. What you guys do on and off the field is contagious, and it can spread throughout the team, whether it's good or bad. So it's good that, you guys, see that. And, but I'm excited. I appreciate you guys, being on the show. We got one thing we got to do before we get out of here. But before we do that, I just want to ask, what are some hobbies that you guys have kind of off the field? Or if it's just playing football, that's fine too. But
I like running track.
Okay.
And I'm probably going to get back in the gym after, this football season.
Okay, I was about to say, you about to get back at the gym right after we record this? Dang, that's hard work right there. And what about you, Tanner?
I like playing video games and eating food.
Hey, we would get along great. There we go. That's awesome. That's awesome. I like playing video games too. I'm a PC nerd. But anyways, we got to do something, and I think you guys are very prepared for this, right? You guys are ready? All right, so, even though Charlie wasn't here tonight, he still asked that we send the audience off the way he would. So, without further ado, let's do that. All right, Charlie, this one's for you. So, guys, we're going to end the show